birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.
Well, if that didn't get you fired up, I don't know what will get you fired up. Welcome to Go Locker Racing. We're here on Tuesday night. Still a warm up. We've got next week all the seasons kick off. This is the late model stock series, our developmental series. But we figured after the debacles of last week, we should do another dress rehearsal. So here we are, Jamie.
Absolutely. Got some new faces in here tonight. Might be some late additions to this series. So, looking forward to seeing how these guys do. And more importantly, I'm super excited that we were able to get this launched and going tonight without the fiasco we had last week, knocking the dust off this thing. So, congrats to us. Pat on our back. Hopefully, we'll have a good race tonight.
No pun intended. The pat on the back thing. That's I want to go ahead and put that out there. Or pun was intended. I don't really care. If you want a pat on your back, I'm your man. But yeah, I mean we're excited. I mean we lot of hard work in the off season, a lot of moving pieces and meetings and oh man, it was just crazy. Getting this thing pieced together, new graphics, new videos, new sponsors, you name it, and all that hard work in the off season, Jamie. I'm just ready to get racing, man. I'm ready to do some broadcasting on Tuesdays. Super stoked to be doing this, and I'm looking forward just to getting back behind the wheel of a car.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to Monday night, kicking this thing off on September 11th. Big day all around. What we looking at 22 years ago. September 11th became a thing. So be good way to commemorate that with some racing, kicking off the Gen 4 series here at Goat Locker Racing, and that'll kick it off for every series on that we have. So be a full week of first races next week, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, kicking off on September 11th. Yep, we'll kick it off with the Gen 4 series. Again, doing a little bit of a dress rehearsal here tonight with the Tuesday night developmental series, but had a lot of guys show up. This is typically a 2,000 iRating capped series, but Jake Ellingson, our series director, opened it up here tonight. I think, selfishly so he could race, but I also asked if I could race, so I guess part of it's my fault too. Um, you know, and then we decided we were going to practice the broadcast again, so I am not on track at my favorite racetrack, one of my very favorite racetracks, but I still think we're going to have some good racing here tonight. But tonight's starting lineup, we've got Hunter Harriet starting on the pole in that number 19 car. Jake Ellingson laid down a lap there. He's going to roll off in second position. Looks like Gary Wade and that number 11 is going to roll off third. Starting to his outside is going to be Maurice Berry in that 18. Half of these people, I don't know who they are or where they came from, but we're practicing everything right now, folks. Rolling off fifth, Anthony Viracola. Everybody's going to remember my ability to pronounce people's names here really quick. Starting sixth is Kendall Millam?
Sure.
Yeah. Starting seventh is Keith Lord. See, people need to have names like that. That's easy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make it easy.
Make it easy on me. There's Josh Nelm starting in eighth. Justin Rideout, who's a retired chief just like me and you, Jamie, has kind of been poking his head around here, but good to see him out here tonight. Starting ninth, Brandon Barrier from Crossway Motorsports going to roll off 10th. Starting 11th is Cameron Mason at number 2. Then we're going to have Luz Mitchell rolling off in 12th. 13th is John Anthony. Big shout out to him. He's running that Goat Locker windshield banner. We love it. Love to see it. Bobby Whitted to his outside. Bobby Jermaine, another Goat Locker Racing windshield banner. Starting 16th is Johnny May. Starting 17th, I believe that's Doug Ellingson. I don't think that's Pagan, but it could be. Who knows? Starting 18th is Frank Zenin. 19th, John. Yep. Blue.
Isn't that Buell, like the motorcycle?
Oh, that's not how it's spelled, but I'm gonna go with that. Buell.
Oh.
Starting 20th is Jarrett Roby, and the starting shotgun on the field is gonna be Jesse King. Yeah, I think Buell's spelled much differently than that.
Is it really?
Watch me be wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's like Buel. I don't think it's got an H in there.
Oh, well,
Somebody's
that's
going to
good.
prove me wrong. That's for sure. But tonight we got 40 laps. Caution laps won't count, which is typically what's going to happen on Tuesday nights. So you might see 40 laps at IRP and go, that's not going to be a very long race. Just watch what happens. But driver's coming around to take the green flag here. Green flag is out, and we are underway. Well, the 19 didn't get the greatest of starts there. Kind of stacked him up behind him. But so far, so good going through turn one. So kind of take a look back here. We're going to see a lot of those sun drop cars.
Yeah, I think that's a rule we're gonna have to make to no sun drop cars.
For all those junior fans out there.
I mean, that's as bad as
Yep, got hooked
Yeah,
there a little bit.
Keep it going straight. Yeah, the sun drop cars are as bad as the Earnhardt cars were when the 87s first came out.
Yeah, that Wrangler paint scheme.
Yep. Everybody had that Wrangler paint scheme.
Caution has come out. Looks like John Anthony's crashed. We'll go take a look at that. It looks like, yeah, we'll catch it here and see if we can't get a good look at it. See John Anthony down there on the inside. He is gonna. Well, it looks like the 62 gets underneath him and just spins him around on the front stretch. Not a whole lot of damage to that car. Matter of fact, he spins at 360 and keeps it going.
Good thing about these late models, they're pretty tough, and they're not hard to handle. So if you can avoid probably nosing it into the wall, you'll probably be in pretty good shape to get going again and continue on your race. But I believe they do have one faster pair available if needed.
Yeah, and to kind of talk a little bit about like the series rules and those types of things. Yes, it is a 2,000 iRating cap. Put that in position because a lot of guys want to come out here and race and be able to compete, and not have guys in here that have 5,000 I ratings and all that other stuff. And secondary to that, we wanted to make sure it was a place where guys could come and race and learn, ask questions, grab a coach, grab a crew chief, and get out here and really learn from some of the best. But yeah, typically we do have the one fast repair, so you can have um, your one moment of the race and get a free reset. I believe it's unlimited tires and not going to mess with the fuel or any of those types of things. Without the One of the unique parts about this is caution laps not counting. Sometimes you'll see the lineup get kind of jumbled up a little bit as iRacing tries to catch up with who was actually in what position the last green flag lap. So it gets a little confusing from time to time. We'll try to keep everything straight for everybody. But yeah, I mean, that's your late model stock series here on Tuesday nights. Well, at least the guy in second place, the 19, kind of changed the colors on the sun drop. He's got like gray and blue. I'm gonna give him credit for that.
You might want to hit Control R there on your train paints, because I'm showing him in the DRW something paint scheme. It's basically something he made himself. I can't.
We look to see. No, training paints is running. As I'm flashing stuff
Yeah.
on the screen with everybody.
Yeah, he's running like a black and a kind of a pinkish purple trim.
Let's see what happens here. I'm seeing other paint schemes. I'm just not seeing his.
I do show the 18. Maurice Berry is running the sun drop scheme.
No.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm not sure why they're running into each other while pacing here, but
I don't know. Yeah, my guess. Nope. I'll take that back. Yeah, because I see almost everybody else's. Well, see the 17. I'm showing like an orange sun drop car. I'm seeing some paints and some not, I guess. Oh well.
well, train paints I guess has been kind of buggy lately.
Yeah, because
I'm
definitely.
actually
Go ahead.
yeah, Keith Lord. I'm showing in a black and blue 04 car. So,
Eh. Everybody gets
gotta have
split up
something
with.
to talk about on these things.
That's right.
Oh, and by the way, you were correct.
What?
This how Buell motorcycles is spelled, Buell. You were correct.
Look at me go.
At least I was pronouncing it properly though, so I'll give myself that.
Yeah. Green flag is back out, and this time the 19 gets a pretty good jump. Tries to dive down there in front of the 18, not able to make that happen. 18 hooks that apron and is able to pull away here. So we see everybody coming through turn 2 there. Looks pretty clean so far. So put Maurice Berry out to the point here with the 19 chasing him down. Got Keith Lord.
The 04 tried to make it 3 wide there. Or the 17, sorry, Keith Lord.
Yeah. Not okay. Looks like Grady Wade has crashed. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened to Grady there. Looks like he is in the thick of things right now, so we'll kind of slow it down and try to see what happens here. As we're kind of watching him come off turn 2 down the front stretch. We're keeping an eye here on that 11 car as we head off down into turn number 1. Picked it up a little early here as we were trying to watch a little bit here. Oh, it looks like the 58 gets in really hot and just kind of cleans him out. So 58 to the back of the 11, or around goes the 11, folks.
And now he quit. So there's that.
I don't know. Well, I would say something silly like, I don't know why people show up to iRacing with their feelings, but I often do, so I can't really say anything like that.
I mean, the thing is, his car didn't look like it was really hurt
Right.
at all. I mean, caution laps aren't counting, so you're not going a lap down.
Nope.
You're still in it. Well, nothing's happened to you that's stopping you from competing here. So, and now I don't. Now we got the 19 plowing into the 18 under caution.
I don't know what's going on with the two of them. They've been doing that all race. Caution flag comes out, and they get up here and they bounce off each other a few times, and yeah, not 100% sure, man.
Yeah, and it's not like they've been given the one to go or anything.
Well, and you'll see we still are on only lap number 5 of 40. It'll keep changing around a little bit there. Again, like I said, with caution laps not counting, the timing software and some of the stuff in iRacing's got to catch up each and every lap. But I'm still going to have 35 green flag laps to finish this thing out. But, hopefully we get some green flag racing in, and we can kind of sort through some things, and hopefully these guys get just a chance to get used to one another. We do have some of the league regulars out here tonight, and we do have a bunch of. It was an open hosted, so we do have some random people that are not a part of the league. So it is a mixed bag. But we do want these guys to get out here and kind of get tuned up a little bit. And I mean, one way or another, Jamie, they're going to do 40 green flag laps. Now, how many pace laps are in between? I don't know yet.
Well, I know the kick button will start coming into effect here if we don't start getting some green flag laps. But
there we go. Green flag is back out, and 19 again gets a great start on that outside. 18 again hooks that apron and is gone, and this time the 17 is able to pull up beside the 19 as the 19 gets into the outside wall there a little bit. 17 sails it off in there, but not able to make it stick. So it looks like now Hunter will clear and will be there in second place as the number 17 and number 13 cars battle side by side. And that is a tight battle here on track. And you're going to slowly but surely start seeing Justin Rideout sneak into that picture as well as he gets the nose of that number 40 to the outside of the 17.
Doug gets loose up off the exit of turn 4, it looks like.
Stay under green.
And now Hunter. Oh, man. I didn't listen to you when you pronounced it. Was it Hunter Harriot?
Sure, we're going to go with that. Yeah.
Not sure how you say it. He was making a move on Maurice Berry there for a second, but he's now back off. Back off, if that's a way you say that. I don't know. He's now backed off the 18. And they're running 1 through 3 is running single file here. Oh, got another one loose back there. Collects it up. That's one thing I see each week when we've done these races is guys getting loose in these cars. And I got to be honest with you, Pat, I don't know how they do it. I've tried to get the car loose, and it just doesn't want to break loose. So kind of impressive how these guys are able to do that. But
Bobby Germain back there, and then the number 42 car having all kinds of problems. Loose in the center, keeps catching the wall there a little bit. Looks like he's got gathered up, but I kind of agree with you, Jamie. I mean, last week I got behind the wheel of this car and ran some laps with it, and you just see the 18 dirt track and it come off 4 right there. Maybe with some tire wear these things are getting loose. I don't know, man.
That's definitely opened the door here for the 19 to make another move. I have a feeling these two guys know each other, and that's probably why we're seeing them running into each other under caution and stuff like that, because they're racing hard, but they're doing it pretty cleanly.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. I mean, Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about before, the car control and things along those lines. One of the reasons, we moved to this car on Tuesday nights because we've done a couple different cars on Tuesdays. We've done the ARCA car, did that for a little while, did super late models. Last season we kind of mixed the two and went back and forth. But when iRacing came out and put this car on the track, the late model stock car, a couple guys went out and tested it, and it's, I mean, for lack of a better phrase, which is pretty cliche, I mean it's on rails, man. It's hard to get it to get loose or any of those types of things. It's a little underpowered, so when you go back and mat the gas, it's not going to push really hard and it's not going to break loose. I mean, unless you got a ton of wheel in this thing and really matting the gas, I'm with you, Jamie. I don't know how you get this car loose.
Yeah, but seeing over and over again, several cars are really struggling on the exit of turn 4. Um, Almost every lap, I see Keith Lord has got that right rear end just hanging out as he comes to the start finish line. He's not the only one. There he is. It goes again. See several of them having that happen. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's causing that. But yeah, I mean, we went with these cars to kind of take, I don't want to say take driving out of it, but take the having to manage the car so much out
Hmm.
of it, so that these guys could learn racecraft and how to make passes and how to set up passes, things like that. Whereas you say take the Gen 4 car and that thing's just a monster, and you've got to be on your toes with it all the time because it's just going to get worse as the run goes on. And so hopefully this car will do what we want it to do and kind of be a training tool. And then we'll see these guys move up into other series, and hopefully eventually we see them running in our truck series.
Yeah, and I don't think I could have put it better, Jamie. I mean, that's the whole reason we went with this car is to, like you said, to not take driving out of it, but to take that car management out of it. And a lot of these, a lot of guys that have been racing for a long time like the cars where you've really got to drive them, you've got to manage them. The Gen 4 is a perfect example that you brought up. I mean, it's kind of overpowered, and that car's a handful no matter where you take it. I'm gonna let guys enjoy that, but it's not good for learning.
Right.
It's not good to when you're out here just trying to, like you were saying, being around other cars, how to set up a pass, how to enter a corner, how to exit a corner, how to get your trail braking, all those different types of things. A car like Gen 4 is not a place to learn. Neither is a super late model. Neither is the next gen. All those cars, I mean, they're a lot to handle. And another way too. I mean, we talk so much about it being a developmental series and get out here and learn and things like this. The other point to this whole thing is it's kind of relaxed. It's
Right.
not crazy competitive. You can get out here and just drive this car and have fun racing, and not be chasing it up the track every corner or burning off your right front because it's plowing going into the corners or whatever. So it's kind of a twofold thing. Get out here and learn that racecraft, but also just get out here and enjoy and have some fun with it. And yeah,
Yeah, and and speaking of the race, I mean we've gotten past the halfway point here without really even realizing it. They've settled down and got this long green flag run going, looking pretty good. It's very competitive. A lot of races going on throughout the field.
yeah, I agree. As we kind of been talking and cycling a few of these battles going out through the field. The top four are kind of settled into position at this point in time. The gap, kind of comes and goes a little bit, but those top four drivers have settled in, and then you kind of move back a little bit, and you've got a couple other battles throughout here. We take a look at Brandon Barrier right now running that number 8 car. Again, trading paints. I don't understand. I can see his Napa Auto Parts car, but
Yeah, that's what I'm showing for him.
yeah, but I got a good old Jake Ellingson, and I got a pink Sundrop car.
Well, but that could very well be exactly what he's running.
What do you see?
A pink Sundrop car, but knowing
Ah,
Jake, I mean that
Okay.
That fits the bill.
As he takes out the 62. Oh, and then he gets taken out.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Oh, man. Oh, that was awesome. We'll go back and take a look at the mayhem that ensued there. As we're going to see Jake Ellingson right here. We'll get you. Hey.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, he definitely gets into the back of him, and then the 47 just comes up and cleans him out for some reason. We'll go back and take a look at that again. But that part I'm not a big fan of. So coming off the corner here, you'll see Jake definitely gonna get into the rear of the 62. Gets him around. And then luckily enough, the 21's able to get by. And then here comes the 47. And then the 47 looks like he's going to get by just fine, and then just hangs a right and takes Jake out. Not sure what the deal with the 47 is, but Mr. Buell, I think your time here has expired. We'll see you next time. Well, actually, we won't see you next time.
yeah.
So I don't know.
But no, it couldn't have been. Was it John Buell? Because he was like 20 laps down. I wonder what he.
I don't know, but he definitely did that. So I don't have my button handy, but I'm hoping my comrade in the booth here has his button handy.
Well,
Unless you're not an admin of the race, which
well, I am, but only on. For some reason, this admin stuff only works on certain people for me. I don't know why it's been doing that, but I just want to make sure that there wasn't somebody else running 47.
I'm not even showing him on track
I'm really
anymore.
confused on why. Yeah, kind of. Well, he's disconnected himself.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
Oh.
I don't know. He must have been upset about something Jake maybe did to him earlier. Didn't see anything happen between the two of them, but maybe he just don't like pink cars.
All possibilities. We have 15 laps left here to go tonight here at what should be known as Indianapolis Raceway Park. I mean, Lucas Oil bought the rights to the track and all that stuff. So I guess we'll give them a tip of the hat that it is Lucas Oil, but it's Indianapolis Raceway Park.
When you pick the setup for it, it says IRP. So
there you go. Looks like they're stacking up 2 by 2 to get a restart here.
Really kind of surprised to not see guys try to take tires after having that long run like that, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And again, I think we'll probably learn a little bit more too. Is that, I don't know what the tire wear is like on these late model stocks. I don't know if it's a pretty durable tire or a lot of times in iRacing that's not the case. I mean, especially after that long green flag run, you definitely think you'd want to come grab some tires. And there are some guys way back in the field that did. Some of them took some damage during that last accident, but we'll see if tires do make the difference. It looks like, yep.
Oh, we got them wrecking. They're wrecking. Oh, jeez.
Nope. We'll have to go back and take a look here. It looks like Cameron Mason has crashed. Let's see if we can kind of catch this. What happens here? We'll put it at quarter speed and see if we can't pick up what happens. As they're coming to the line here, we'll kind of speed it up here a little bit. And the 8 gets into the back of the 40. And that just causes all kinds of mayhem. The 13 gets up into it, 8 gets into the 13 again. Ooh, catches the 2, the 42. Yeah, it's just kind of mayhem when it happens there at the front of the pack, but tough break for some of those guys right there for sure.
Oh, well, the 2 leaders quit. So. I don't. confused, but
Maybe they had a race to get to.
maybe.
You know, who knows? Secondary to that, who cares? It's going to be a battle of attrition here, as I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of cars left on track here tonight. But hey, most important thing, like we said from the very beginning, we've got the broadcast figured out,
That's right.
and it is up and running. So nothing else comes out of tonight, we're good to go. But really hoping once the season gets started, I mean, I fully expect we're going to see our fair share of cautions. I fully expect that we're going to see some bad racing. Again,
Sure.
it's a part of learning, and it's a part of the series and those types of things. One of the things that we're going to try to do with the broadcast is not only have our normal amount of debauchery and fun, but also try to give some advice. So guys do tend to go back and watch these broadcasts. Just check them out and those types of things. And if we can kind of help out, we will. So some of these races, you might find us just kind of following a driver or two, and that's because we're focused on them that week and seeing how their racecraft is going and giving them some live feedback. And then some of these guys they'll have their crew chief with them or their coach with them or whatever, kind of giving them some advice and how they're doing and ways that they can improve. Again, it's all about just kind of, like you said, JB, it's about, we want them to come out here and we want them to be in the Tuesday night series. We want them learning and getting better. So hopefully, one season, soon we see them up in the truck series. It's the whole point, to move up.
Right.
Lights are out on the pace car. We got 14 laps left here to go here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. We're here with the Goat Locker Racing Late Model Stock Series, brought to you by the Veterans for Life Foundation. I should have done TV voiceovers. I think I could have done a good job.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's not too late either.
No, so I'm doing it.
Green flag is out, and Justin Rideout gets a really good restart there. Sends that number 40 car out front as the 28 crosses him over with a good run of his own. So here comes Kendall Millum. Not able to quite make it stick down there on the bottom. Again, IRP's a lot of times when we come to IRP and the truck series or even Xfinity or whatever, I mean, you're running the wall. That's the fast line around here. But what we found out, both of us kind of practiced in a little bit, it's that middle line that seems to be the really fast one around here.
Yeah, and everybody has pretty much figured that out. I really don't see anybody running up against the wall at all. And that's honestly, I figured going into tonight that's where we were going to see all of our issues was people charging into turn one too hard and just going straight into that wall. And that just has not materialized.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the racing's been really good. Been better than what I expected. Yeah, there's been a couple cautions, but look, it's beginner series. We're not going to run caution free. But there's been big chunks of green flag racing here tonight, and I'm not going to be surprised if they don't run the rest of these last 9 laps out under green.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, this car and this track, it seems to be a really good combo because, a lot of times, like I was just saying, I mean, you're running that high line, and it's tough to pass. And not to say it hasn't been tough to pass here tonight, but at least you've got a couple grooves to choose from. You've got the middle and the high, and it looks, that middle groove can hang on, and so can the high groove as well. Now, down low, we haven't seen anybody down there except for on some restarts, trying to, throw in a slider, trying to make up some ground or something along those lines. But it's been some really, in this battle for second place right now, between the 28, the 9, and the 13 is has been really good to watch.
Yeah, and everybody is pretty much figured that out. I really don't see anybody running up against the wall at all. And that's honestly, I figured going into tonight that that's where we were going to see all of our issues was people charging into turn one too hard and just going straight into that wall. And that just has not materialized. Yeah, about the only car I've seen going to the bottom was the quitter at number 18 when he was leading.
Oh,
Oh no, Cameron Mason's in trouble. And
looks
then we
to
got
me
this.
like he kind of came up and didn't know Jake was there. We'll go back and take a look here at the Goat Locker Racing Rewind. I know everybody's excited about that new graphic and all that stuff. Please send your 5-star ratings. And we'll take a look here. That is not who I thought was going to come up on the screen. That's interesting. Let's go back to here to this one. Yeah, here we go. That was really weird. So as we're taking a look here, we see the 13 inside. On the inside there, we see the 28 start to pull away. And it looks like the 13 I almost looks a little net cody to me, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, Jake definitely had room to move over some there. And I definitely think that was netcode. I don't think they really touched. I think iRacing just assumed they were going to touch,
Yep.
and did that there. But uh, close racing. But like I said, Jake had some room, plenty of room to get out more towards the wall and open up some space between those two cars.
Yeah, and again, that's another one of the interesting parts about iRacing is you will run into that issue. What we everybody commonly refers to as netcode is the cars never do make contact, but the software thinks they do, and so it ends up causing an accident. And you go back and you watch the replay, and you're like, "Well, there's space in between the cars. How did this happen?" And
Hmm.
again, nothing no piece of software is perfect or those types of things. Like you said, Jamie, sometimes iRacing predicts you're going to make contact with another car, even though that you don't, and you end up having an issue like that. And it becomes an issue, I'd say, in some of the more competitive series because you are racing inches away from the other guy because you're trying to side draft him. You're trying to pinch him down a little bit so you get the better run off the corner. So it is a lot of close quarters racing. So that's really where this net code becomes a pretty serious issue. But you don't see it too often.
No, no, it's definitely not as big an issue as it used to be. Um, it has gotten a little better, but that's definitely where it comes from. The whole, because iRacing it's trying to see into the future, and it has to, in order for us to be able to, have signals sent across all these different computers that are running in this race, and have it work simultaneously. It has to be predictive, and sometimes, uh, stuff like that happens right there. But you can also mitigate it a little bit by understanding where you're at on the track and maybe not crowding a car so much when you've got quite a bit of room to your outside that you could, get a little separation, and that probably doesn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, and definitely that's a part of it too. Is like you said it perfectly. I mean, just knowing where you're at on track. Understanding, if you're kind of riding off the wall a little bit, knowing that the car below you is going to have to travel up the track as they come off the corner. So you're going to want to try to give them as much space as possible. But every once in a while, you get that old nasty net code to rear its head around. And hopefully, at the end of the race, too, guys understand that's what happened, and they can move on from it from there.
Yeah. And
But
honestly, anytime I can take an opportunity to blame Jake, that's what I'm going to do.
yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. We're back underway. Single file restarts with 10 laps and under to go. And we see Justin Rideout get a great restart there with Jake Ellingson now running in second position. We got Bobby Germain back there running in the third position. Both the 9 and the 42 a little beat up right now, but it looks like Doug Ellingson has made his way back up into fourth position after that early incident. So got some guys that are hanging in there.
Yeah, I definitely like to see guys that don't quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care how your race is going. You don't quit. I don't know. Maybe this is a product of the new school NASCAR where you only got 3 minutes to work on your car or whatever it is, and if you don't get it fixed, well, you're just done for today, and everybody's okay with that. You know, we grew up with NASCAR where it didn't matter if the car was running, you kept racing. You didn't just quit the race. You know, I mean, I remember Earnhardt getting out of the damn ambulance at Daytona because he asked him to crank the car and it cranked up, and he got back out of the ambulance, got in the car, drove to pit road, and they taped it up with a bunch of duct tape, and he finished the Daytona 500 like that.
Oh, I just saw the 21 go over.
Oh,
Oh, that looked pretty wild there. We'll go back and take a look at that one because that just looked wild. As we're taking a look here, got a bunch of cars that kind of mixed up there. 21 gets in there kind of hot, gets hooked up with the gets hooked up with the 01, and around he goes. I say around, he went, end
over.
over end, but yeah.
That's going to leave us with the 2-lap shootout.
But yeah, I mean, like you were talking about, Jamie, I was kind of the same way. I mean, I grew up watching NASCAR the same way. I mean, they didn't care how long it took you to repair the car. I mean, they do have crash clocks and all this other kind of crazy stuff now. If you wreck the front nose off of it, they'd bring a nose out and tape a new one on it and send your butt right back out there. A lot of different rules nowadays.
Yeah.
You can't add body parts back to the car. Safety issue this, safety issue that.
Yeah.
But yeah, much
I don't know.
different.
Used to have a lot of races with dudes by the end of the race running around with no front end on their car. And
Yeah, looking like tour modifieds.
Don't remember anybody getting hurt from it. So I'm not sure where the safety issue falls in there. They were just slow, but they finished the race.
That's right. Looking like a bunch of tour modifieds out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at Bristol, you can still turn good laps like that.
100% you could.
Just another case where everything's just kind of gotten soft.
Yeah.
I mean, when we say that, and then Ryan Preece did what he did, and then came back and raced a week later. So, not really calling the driver soft, but I just think the sport in general has gotten soft.
Yeah. I don't know. And I guess at the end of it for me as well, especially when it comes to this, because this is what we're doing, and all those different types of things. And obviously we've got our code of conduct and, kind of the rules we go by and all those different types of things. And the main reason that we do this whole thing is to build a community of, racers and veterans and first responders to come together and enjoy themselves and get away from the day-to-day stresses of life and those types of things. I don't understand the whole quitting thing either. I've sat on pit road for a half an hour before. Either because, I wasn't going to leave, my teammates behind or any of those types of things either. I could always help out in that way or whatever. But yeah, you just don't quit. But this is an open hosted race, and these guys are, who knows? I highly advise quitting during one of our league sessions. It won't end well for you.
No.
Yeah, we that one won't fly. As we're coming down to a heated battle here, look, Jake Ellingson is giving that car all he has right now. Coming off turn 4 sideways. He's going to hit that middle line there, try to get that number 9 to hook up on the seam. Oh, he is completely sideways again, coming off a 2. One last shot at the number 40 here. Not going to have enough steam in the tank there. And Justin's going to bring home the win as John Anthony goes around, crossing the start-finish line.
Yeah. That's a good battle. That's a good battle for race one there. Justin right out, bringing it home.
Yeah, good work.
Very good job.
Yeah, and it was being some damn good racing. I ended up only having, I think, about 10 cars finish the race here tonight, but
Yeah. Well,
eh,
I
it's
I
all
mean I
right.
get it. It is a hosted session and it doesn't mean anything about anything. It's just I mean I don't know. I'm not getting into a race to quit. So it just
No,
it bugs me, but I'm not. These guys can do what they want to do. I don't really care. It's just
I,
I
yeah,
just know this. If we're looking for people to get in the league and you quit, yeah, we're probably not inviting you. But
no,
obviously, if you quit, you didn't care about getting in the league anyway. So, it's all
yeah,
what
very true. Well, that was 40 laps at IRP here tonight, the late model stock series. And again, congratulations to Justin right out there on winning here tonight. He kind of battled his way through the field all night long. And then Jake Ellingson, I mean, came back from a couple accidents there and got himself in position to win here tonight. It is great to see guys like Bobby Germain back racing with us. And I expect
Mhm.
he's going to have a damn good season there, but having himself a good podium finish here tonight. That Anthony Viracola guy doesn't qualify for the series, so this will probably be the last time we see him. But ran a good race there, and then Doug Ailingson and coming back, and a couple other guys. John Anthony, awesome to see him out here racing in that 00. Um, but as we kind of close out things here tonight, we'll bring up the schedule for the upcoming season. And really, it's 12-week season. Starts out next Tuesday night at South Boston for 70 laps. And it will be a straight points season. No playoffs, no anything along those lines. And again, just like you saw tonight's format, will be the format of the races moving forward. We picked well, I say we. I mean, Jake Ellingson is kind of taking the helm of this thing, and uh, all the tracks are a mile and under, and some shorter than others. Quite obviously, to give a little bit of mix between some good just short track racing, which that's what we should see at South Boston, and then the very next week we'll go to North Wilkesboro, which is a little bit bigger track, almost 3/4 of a mile for these cars, but should be a damn good season. And of course, as we do in all these, we finish up at Five Flags as we should.
Yeah, just unfortunately I can't race in it. But yeah, I mean, so what is it? USA Speedway is about the biggest track we go to, which I mean, for these cars, that's fine. They don't really need to be on anything bigger than that. Definitely no reason to run a late model on a mile and a half track.
Mm-mm.
So, so it definitely looks like a fun schedule. Should be some good racing. Uh, I imagine it's probably going to look very similar to what it did tonight. Probably a couple early cautions each week. Once everybody settles down and catches their breath, it'll probably thin out and we'll get some green flag laps in. And then, as they say, cautions breed cautions. So we'll probably finish the race up just like this with a couple cautions back to back. But, hopefully as the season goes on, that will get less and less and we'll get more green flag racing. But going into it the first week, these guys are going to be amped up. They're going to be excited.
Hmm.
South Boston is a tiny track as it is. It's probably going to be a wreck fest. Let's just be honest. If it's anything other than that, then I will be greatly surprised. But we're not going to be mad at anybody next week if after a bunch of cautions because
Nah.
it is going to be. It's
Yep.
just the way it is.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to kind of do it for us here tonight. For anybody that decided to tune in, we appreciate it. If you got any feedback, you know where to find us on Discord, Facebook, wherever the heck you find us. But next Tuesday night, broadcast will start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that'll be the time that the qualifying kicks off. So please come out and join us and have a lot of fun. But have a good night, and we'll see you next Tuesday.